The Municipality of Atimonan or In is a first-class municipality in the province of Quezon, Philippines. It lies on the western shore of the province, 173 kilometers southeast of Manila. Atimonan is bounded by the municipalities of Gumaca, Plaridel, Pagbilao and Padre Burgos. According to the 2015 census, it has a population of 63,432 people. Barangays. Atimonan is politically subdivided into 42 barangays. History. There were conflicting stories on how Atimonan got its name. Some concluded that the name Atimonan originated from a tree known as Atimon, alleged to have been prevalent in the area and had reportedly served many uses to the residents. These trees are now extinct and its non-existence could not be accounted for. Others say it came from the words Ati and Muna, signifying a policy, unity of feeling and sentiments among the residents that bolster the spirit in the fight against their enemies during that time. But the most popular version is that it originated from the name of its founder, Simeona Mangaba, known to her townmates as Atimonan. She is a woman reputed to be of unquestionable leadership, which the people regarded as their adopted parent, leader and protector. Atimonan was the eldest sister of Francisco Mangaba, the first captain of the town. She founded the town on February 4, 1608 along the banks of the Big Malang River, now known as Atimonan River. Living along the riverbank, the people has always been a prey to Moro attacks and for fear of Moro reprisals. The inhabitants decided to transfer to Palsabangon, now a barrio of Pagbilao, Quezon. However, the people felt discontented in Palsabangon because the place abounds in wild crocodiles that from time to time disturbed them. So, after 2 years of stay, they left the place and transferred to Babia, a part of Atimonan. They settled in Babia for almost 14 years, but transferred again to another site called Minanukan for some unknown reasons. In 1635, they again transferred to another place called Bizita, but some families separated from the majority and settled in Yor, now San Isidro, a barrio in Padre Burgos, Quezon. The next year, when Simeona Mangaba learned of what happened to the original group of settlers, she, together with Fray Geronimo de Jesus, a Spanish friar, tried to unite them once more and convince them to return to the place where it was first founded, the place known now as Bagumbayan. This was during the time of Captain Pablo Garcia. Today, Atimonan is a fast-growing town known for its cleanliness, beautiful beaches, many historical and natural scenery and most of all warm and peace-loving people. On December 23, 1941, the occupation of the Japanese Imperial Army forces entering the towns and landing beaches in Atimonan, Tayabas. On January to August 1945, local Filipino troops of the 5th, 51st, 52nd, 53rd, 55th, 56th and 57th Infantry Division of the Philippine Commonwealth Army and 5th Infantry Regiment of the Philippine Constabulary was liberated in Atimonan and helped the guerrilla resistance fighters under the Markings guerrillas and the President Quezon's own guerrillas and the American liberating troops of the United States Army 1st Cavalry Division and the 11th Airborne Division to fought against the Japanese forces and ended in World War II. Liberation and the Battle of Atimonan. Beginning the liberation and the Battle of Atimonan on January to August 1945 between the the main battles of the combined U.S. and Philippine Commonwealth Liberation Military Forces and aided the local guerrilla resistance fighters in defeating attack and fought against the Imperial Japanese Military Forces in Atimonan, Tayabas. On January 1945, many strongholds of all local military forces of the Filipino soldiers and military officers under the Philippine Commonwealth Army 5th, 51st, 52nd, 53rd, 55th, 56th and 57th Infantry Division and Philippine Constabulary 5th Infantry Regiment has the sending the local military operations in the town of Atimonan, Tayabas from the local PCA and PC military GHQ and military camp bases in Tayabas provinces and some parts in northern and southern Luzon and Bicol Peninsula was they recaptured and liberated. They entered the town in Atimonan, Tayabas and aiding the local guerrilla resistance fighters under the call markings guerrillas and the President Quezon's own guerrillas and attacking Japanese troops. From February to April 1945, the main battles and invading commands of all stronghold of local Filipino soldiers, military officers, tank commanders, military trucks and jeeps, military IFVs, artillery and mortars and many other military engagements under the 5th, 51st, 52nd, 53rd, 55th, 56th and 57th Infantry Division of the Philippine Commonwealth Army and the 5th Infantry Regiment of the Philippine Constabulary was around side by side in the town of Atimonan and they entered and they recaptured from the plains. Rice fields, rivers and forests are destroyed and bombed and they recaptured and entering invasion around the town streets. Old Roman Catholic churches, municipal town halls, town plazas and many others are destroyed and bombings and aiding the local guerrilla resistance under the call markings guerrillas and the President Quezon's own guerrillas and defeated Japanese Imperial Army forces from the couple of 3 months of 1 year during the fighting for their liberation before the American troops was captured the town. On April 10, 1945, the American Liberation Military Forces under the 1st Cavalry Division and the 11th Airborne Division of the United States Army was captured in Atimonan, Tayabas and they helped in aiding the local Filipino ground troops under the Philippine Commonwealth Army and Philippine Constabulary units and the local guerrilla resistance fighters and defeated and attacking Japanese soldiers. The re-establishment of the joint and combined military camps and bases of the Philippine Commonwealth Army, Philippine Constabulary and the United States Army was the military active on April 1945 in Atimonan during the fighting. On April to August 1945 after the capturing the American Liberation Forces in the town on last April, the joint and combined military forces of the Filipino soldiers under the Philippine Commonwealth Army 5th, 51st, 52nd, 53rd, 55th, 56th and 57th Infantry Division and Philippine Constabulary 5th Infantry Regiment, the local guerrilla fighters under the call markings guerrillas and the President Quezon's own guerrillas and the American soldiers under the United States Army units of the 1st Cavalry Division and the 11th Airborne Division was surrounded. The main battles and invading commands from the couple of 6 months before the liberated fought side by side around the town in Atimonan and they surprise attack and entering Japanese Imperial Army forces. The local and combined military and guerrilla raid and invasion of the military general headquarters of the Imperial Japanese Armed Forces in Atimonan, Tayabas in 1945 and they recaptured and invaded by all the combined U.S. and Philippine Commonwealth military forces including the local recognized guerrilla groups entering the Japanese military GHQs in the municipal town. After the local and joint military and guerrilla raid sieges of the Japanese military GHQs in Atimonan, many the combined U.S. and Philippine Commonwealth ground forces included with the local guerrilla resistance fighters was captured and taken the Japanese military GHQ in Atimonan and they surrendering Japanese Imperial forces. when the combined U.S. and Philippine Commonwealth ground forces included with the local guerrilla resistance fighters inside the capturing Japanese military GHQs has downed the flagpole raised of the Japanese flag of the Imperial Japanese military through the flagpole raised of the American and Philippine flag for the combined U.S. and Philippine Commonwealth military after the fighting the siege commands. The aftermath of the Battle of Atimonan on August 1945. The local and combined military and guerrilla resistance casualties was founded of the fighting and succeeding battles. Sieges and invasions included the Filipino troops of the Philippine Commonwealth Army and Philippine Constabulary units, over 6,800 killed in action, and 17,000 wounded in action, while the local guerrilla fighters under the Col. Markings guerrillas and the President Quezon's own guerrillas suffered over 480 killed in action and 1,743 wounded in action. The American troops of the United States Army over 2,800 killed in action, over 5,320 wounded. On the part of the Japanese Imperial Forces, over 28,000 killed in action, 64,000 wounded in action and 7,900 captured in action. The combined U.S. and Philippine Commonwealth military ground forces with the local guerrilla groups was saluted and the successfully victories after the Battle of War, and they captured in Atimonan. Talabas. Demographics. People from Atimonan are called Atimonanins. The primary language is Tagalog, with many local phrases and expressions. Manilans usually understand Atimonan Tagalog, albeit with some frustrations. Many Atimonanins are part Chinese or Spanish. Some Atimonanins can also speak Bicolano, Lanang, or Spanish. Religion. The dominant religion in Atimonan is Roman Catholic. The culture in Atimonan is primarily ingrained in rural maritime Filipino settings. Other religions present are Atimonan United Christian Ministries, Iglesia Ni Cristo, Seventh-day Adventist, Jehovah's Witnesses, Philippine Independent Church, Iglesia Filipina Independiente, Islam. Our Lady of Angels Parish. Our Lady of Angels Parish is a member of Roman Catholic Diocese of Lucena. Parish Priest, Rev. Monsignor Melisio Verastig PCE, V. Parochial Vicar, Rev. Fr. Micheles Hernandez. Parochial Vicar, Rev. Fr. Virgilio S. Nardes Jr. Parish of Our Lady of Angels Parish Priests, Rev. Fr. Arnold Manalo Damian, BTH-BAPA. Economy. The economy of Atimonan is sustained by fishing and agriculture. Many also engage in seafaring. The town is part of the Tourism Highway program of the Department of Tourism. Tourist attractions. Quezon Protected Landscape, Atimonan Feeder Port, Pinagbanderahan, Bantakay Fallen Caves, Atimonan Fish Port, Atimonan Fish Sanctuary, De Gracia Beach Floating Cottage, Atimonan Bay View Resort, Green Park Hotel and Resort, Mission Zane Hotel de Recepcion, De Bay Resort, Villa Urgino Beach Resort, Tinindog Heights, Quezon National Park. Festivals. Tagaltol Festival. The Tagaltol Festival is an evolution of various cultural activities practiced in previous years by Atimonanins. The town and patronal fiesta every August 1st and 2 is simply celebrated with the usual parade, a cultural program, Thanksgiving Mass and procession. In 1981, during the administration of the late Quezon board member and former mayor of Atimonan Remedios V. Distro, an activity was started, the Caracol It is a fluvial parade done in the afternoon of the second day of the fiesta. The boats traveled around Lamon Bay within the boundaries of the town proper, headed by the head boat where the patron, Nuestra Señora de los Angeles, was aboard. There were singing, dancing and amp band playing, all in expression of gratitude to the Almighty for the year's bountiful catch. The parade then joined the religious procession and ended at the church. Later, it was done in the morning after the Thanksgiving Mass at the fishing port, and boat racing competition followed after the caracol. The creation of the Lupang Tagapangasilwa and Cultura at Sining sa Atimonan under the leadership of Mr. Francisco T. Laude, a retired public school teacher, put new dimension and vigor to the town's cultural awareness, and in the year 2003, the Tagaltol Festival was finally launched. Tagaltol, and old fishing method used by Atimonanins, was derived from the Tagalog word ugtol, meaning bounce. Tagaltol fishing consists of a rectangular stone tied at the end of abacus strings dipped in honey. Thorns of calamansi and amp, similar plants with bait, were tied 2 feet above the stone before dipping in water and moved in a bouncing movements. The festival is a 5-day celebration starting July 29th until August 2nd. The celebration is an array of both cultural and sports activities, talent and beauty contests participated by community organizations and individuals and headed by the local government's Culture and Arts Council and Atimonan Tourism Council. Pabitan Festival. The town of Atimonan celebrates the Pabitan Festival every May 15th in honor of the patron saint of farmers. Street Isidore, almost the same in Lusban's Pahayas Festival. During this festival, every house in the town proper has hanging decor such as vegetables, fruits, sumin, dried fish wrapped in plastic and any other kinds of food. And when the statue of Saint Isidore have passed the street, then the decoration will be thrown in the people who wants to have the decors. Education. Quezonian Educational College Inc. Our Lady of Angels Academy. Leon Ginto Memorial College Inc. Southern Bay College of Atimonan. Atimonan National Comprehensive High School. Local government. Municipal officials. Municipal Mayor Jose F. Mendoza. Municipal Vice Mayor Joel M. Vergano. Municipal Councilors Zenaida D. Varanga Renato C. Sarmiento Silanes. Distro Elma M. Santander Maria Aurora A. Tamayo Nestri. Santander John Francis L. Luzano Rosella Magtibe. PPLB President Ernesto S. Amandi. PPSK President Lloyd John L. Vergano. Municipal officials. Municipal Mayor Jose F. Mendoza. Municipal Vice Mayor Joel M. Vergano. Municipal Councilors Zenaida D. Varanga Rizaldi L. Velasco Renato C. Sarmiento Elma M. Santander Inigo P. Mape Silanes. Distro Macayan Rosella A. Magtibe John Francis L. Lozano. PPLB President Ernesto S. Amandi.